Get ready for healing vibrations because this Cancer full moon is going to warm your heart. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of what this full moon is all about in a general sense, and then give a more specific rundown of what this full moon means for your sign. And at the very end, there will be some important dates to watch for this holiday season. A few big things happening with planets that you're going to want to be in the know about. Our last full moon of 2023 is happening on December 26th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this is a very holiday full moon. This is going to be in effect on Christmas Day, on Christmas Eve. We're going to feel it for 5 days leading up to the moon and a few days after as well. You'll feel it for a couple of weeks, but really it will be strong around Christmas Day and even into New Year's. If you are Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, or Libra at about 0 to 10 degrees, you're going to feel this full moon the most, but everybody is going to feel a bit of it. And this is just the most heartwarming moon we've had in a while. Cancer is all about home and family, and this full moon has beautiful healing rays from Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet that brings optimism, healing, perspective. It is abundant and expansive, and it is in beautiful angles, which is a really positive thing to have right now. There is also an aspect with Neptune that is bringing a bit more illusion, so you want to watch out for that. There could be a tendency towards too much optimism, towards over-inflating things, towards too much fun, too much indulgence, too much giving, too much love. But some of it might just be a bit over the top and not grounded in reality. So watch for that. If you feel like somebody's embellishing something, that is going to be the case, whether they mean to or not. That energy of wanting to embellish and wanting to overdo is running really strong. But Venus too is part of that mix, and Venus is all about pleasure. When it's in a nice aspect to Neptune, this is a wonderful time for creativity, a wonderful time for losing ourselves in the moment and just in the fantasy too. This is such a magical energy to have at Christmas time. When we were all children, there was so much fantasy and expectation and ability to dream and believe, and I think that there's going to be a feel of that in the air. There could be some deception, so just watch for that, and of course the overindulgence too. Mars and Mercury are together at this time, and that means that our words could have a little more passion and aggression and assertiveness. This isn't a holding back and reserved energy. This is letting it all out and not really caring where the chips fall. Mercury's also retrograde, so this is another energy where there's bound to be confusion. What is on our minds and what we think we're expressing is not what that other person is receiving. So be careful of that the words that we say might not land the way we expect onto other people. And that could be a real blessing or not work out so well. Regardless of the outcome of that, I do think that when we have an energy like this and words are meant to come out, we're meant to have a few slips, we're meant to maybe create some chaos and confusion in the process, because when we break through that afterwards and we try to gain clarity, we end up getting much deeper into what's actually going on. Our ability to say what's on our mind might not be so smooth. Regardless, this is a time to just express and have fun. A full moon in Cancer is about nurturing. It is nurturing ourselves. It's our inner world. It's our families. And on the other side of Cancer, we have Capricorn on the axis. And Capricorn is more about it's more Scrooge-like. It's repressed, it's stingy, it's cold, it's calculated. Cancer is warm and loving and fruitful, abundant. With a Cancer full moon, there is likely, and Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, also having some conversations with this moon, there is likely to be a balancing act between expression of love, compassion, nurturing, and understanding, heartfelt words, and being a bit more reserved, calculated, buttoned up. Capricorn is more about an image than the heart. It's about progress more than compassion. So where can you balance those two energies right now with your family, with your friends, with what's going on in your internal world? Is progress overriding your ability to find love and creativity and nurturing for yourself, for other people? Where can we find space to create more warmth? So keep this nurturing warmth in mind. Keep, just like all of the Christmas movies this season, what really matters is family and connection, and how can we keep that at the heart of some of the boisterousness and amplification of opinions that might show up around this full moon. Now I'm going to give more detail for what this moon means for your sign, but before I do that, a huge heartfelt thank you to everybody who is watching, liking, subscribing, leaving comments. It really means so much. If you're enjoying this video, please hit that like and subscribe button and let me know how you're doing in the comments below. I love reading them and commenting. Now let's get in to more info about your sign. Hi Sagittarius, this full moon is in your 8th house. So this is all about deep psychological transformation for you. This is your deep, intimate bonds with other people. This is other people's resources. So you might be getting money from other people or using their resources in some way that benefits you. I see this being a really positive thing. Even with the 8th house can be painful because it can uncover psychological pain and trauma and things that are not so great. It covers death and rebirth, and it is the phoenix rising from the ashes, which is what I see happening right now, because this is very Jupiter dominant moon, where Jupiter, from your 6th house of day-to-day activities, work, habits, and just how you run everything on a daily way, is really benefiting this moon. I think that what's probably been going on is that you have been uncovering a lot of pain and trauma, and I'm really sorry if it's been a lot of triggers lately and a lot of challenges in that way. But this is a healing moon for that, and I really hope that it brings all of the bliss and just when we're on the other side of a transit like this, it is, it's great to be the phoenix when you're rising. That's the amazing part, the rebirth, and that could be what's happening right now. And even more so 6 months from now, when we're at the new moon, the next new moon in Cancer in your 8th house. You have Mars and Mercury in your 1st house. So this is an inflammatory reaction for your body, for your brain, for how other people see you. Especially with home and mother, be really careful around being perceived as agitated and angry and not being understood. Regardless, if those experiences happen, they are meant to unfold, and they will trigger something that will clear things up later on. But there's a strong chance that maybe you're not seeing your family members clearly. There could be that you might be feeling sensitive and frustrated and agitated, and that is making your family feel more like a source of an issue. So be mindful of how you're projecting that onto other people. This also could play out in a more positive way as passion and beautiful words and stuff that is healing and has a touch of gentleness to that Mars energy. With a Mercury retrograde, this is an opportunity to redo something when it comes to illusion with your home. There certainly is a long-term transit going on with clearing up fogginess around home. This could be your inner world and your actual home. But when it comes to clearing up fogginess of our inner world, I think it's really connected to worth and abundance and assets for you. You're finishing up Pluto in your second house, so this is a major transformation in how you see yourself. And I think that this Mars energy in your first house of you, with Mercury going backwards over something, it's revising something from the past right now, that any last bits and pieces that you need to transform to feel really confident and confident in a non-aggressive way too. This is confidence that is so confident it doesn't have to use force. But we're going back into an energy where there's going to be a bit more force and agitation and passion and motivation, and that's going to stir up any last bits that need to be released. You could be working a lot right now, so if that's the case, if you have a lot on your plate, this Jupiter through the sixth house is what is bringing that up for me, to think that you've been, for the past year, putting a lot of energy into work and your day-to-day life. That's going to change in May. So just as something to look forward to, you're also, when Jupiter goes direct on December 30th, that's going to be an extra blessing of work stuff feeling more optimistic, because right now you might have been experiencing the expansion of work and the grind without the optimism that Sagittarians really need. I mean, you embody it the best of any sign. So to not have it working at full capacity is, it might be one of the things that has been adding to life not feeling as awesome as it usually does for a Sagittarius. And that's been going on for probably 6 months. Sorry, I don't have the exact dates in my mind right now, but it is finally going direct December 30th. Remember that. New Year's Eve is going to be extra special for you with your ruler going direct. And that is certainly something to look forward to. The important dates to watch out for are Mercury retrograde. So that started December 13th and it runs all the way until January 2nd, 2024. So not a time for big purchases, signing important contracts. If you can wait for any important details, wait until January 2nd. And keep in mind that communication can be a bit confusing. Things are not always as they seem and bound to look a little different when Mercury goes direct again on January 2nd. December 30th is the big one that I'm looking most forward to. Jupiter goes direct, and Jupiter brings optimism, faith, hope. It is an expansive planet and expands whatever it touches. So wherever Jupiter is in your chart, you are bound to start experiencing momentum and blessings. The big date to look forward to is January 20th, when Pluto enters Aquarius. It has mostly been in Capricorn since 2008, and it will do another short visit from September 1st, 2024 until November 19th, 2024. And then for 20 years, it is going to be in Aquarius, and you are going to hear a lot more about that one. So stay tuned. Sagittarius, I hope that you're having a wonderful holiday season and that you had a birthday to celebrate for all of the stuff that you've been working on this year. And this is a time to really enjoy some positive energy. And I hope that that's what's going on for you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.